one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
Hey guys, so as many or most of you, if not all of you, know, there was a horrific tragedy in Winder, Georgia yesterday. And I didn't jump on it like a lot of news sources. I didn't jump up and go, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. I kind of waited. I sat back a little bit, gathered the information, filtered it, and I am going to go ahead and do a video on it right here and give you a platform to discuss your opinions and thoughts on this incident in the comment section. Because I'm kind of interested to hear what some of you got to say about a couple of things here. But as you know, a 14-year-old charged with killing 2 students and 2 teachers in a shooting at a high school in Winder, Georgia, was interviewed last year about online threats to commit a school shooting, of course, according to law enforcement officials. Now, yesterday there were also 9 others who were hospitalized, including 8 students and 1 teacher, after the shooting that was at Appalachia High School in Winder, Georgia. That was yesterday. All 9 are expected to survive. Now, the suspect, Colt Gray, surrendered at the scene and was later charged with murder. Gray was interviewed last year, May of 2023, by the local sheriff's office after authorities received anonymous tips about threats of a school shooting, according to the FBI. He was on the FBI's radar. The threats, which included photographs of guns but didn't specify a location or a time, were traced to Georgia. Gray's father told authorities he had hunting guns in the house, but said his son didn't have unsupervised access to them, according to the FBI's Atlanta division. Now, Gray denied making threats. So yesterday, the 2 students who were killed were both 14 years old. Footage from the scene showed students and faculty gathered on the school's football field and a large presence of emergency responders on campus. Quote, pure evil did what happened today, says Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith. Now, the city of Winder, Georgia, is about 50 miles northeast of Atlanta and has a population of 18,338 as of the 2020 census. Quote, what should have been a joyous back-to-school season in Winder, Georgia, has now turned into another horrific reminder of how gun violence continues to tear our communities apart, says President Biden. Vice President Kamala Harris addressed the school shooting in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, calling on Americans to end this epidemic of gun violence once and for all. While former President Donald Trump said in a social media post that our hearts are with the victims and loved ones of those affected. Now, as of August 26th of this year, there have been at least 133 gunfire incidents on school grounds that resulted in 38 deaths this year, according to Everytown for Gun Safety, which is a gun control group. They also say last year there were 158 incidents and 45 deaths. Firearms were the leading cause of death for children and teenagers in the United States between 2020 and 2022, says Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy. And he declared gun violence a public health crisis. And it seems like it almost is, really. But I just wanted to bring this to you. A couple of things I want to point out, and then I'll let you comment. One is, I've been seeing now, particularly on Twitter, all of these posts now from these politicians across the country, particularly in the South, Georgia and Alabama, saying that we need to go back to the table and readdress gun control. They're going back to readdress gun control. And hey, should we put limitations on gun ownership? Again, this is going to affect the Second Amendment, I'm sure. But, and it's a horrific event, don't get me wrong. But is it the fault of every gun owner that this one kid got a hold of some firearms and went to school and did it? It's not the fault of every gun owner who every gun owner does have the right to the Second Amendment. But yet things like this happen and they go, okay, we're going to ban pistols, we're going to ban pocket knives, whatever. You get what I'm saying? But the second thing that I want to hear from you on, and then I'm done here. He's 14 years old, this suspect. And I heard on the news that a judge has said this kid will be tried in court as an adult. And they're saying that at 14 years old, he can be, in the state of Georgia, tried as an adult. So there looks like they may try him as an adult, which means he would go into an adult prison at the age of probably 15 by the time his trial and everything goes through. But my question to you is, should this 14-year-old be tried as an adult, or should he be tried as a juvenile, and maybe even a juvenile with health problems, a mental health? Should he be tried as a juvenile or as an adult? And in your humble opinion, just give me it, what do you think this means for the future of the Second Amendment?